We've argued, we've predicted, we've debated for months. Now there's nowhere left to hide. There's two teams left over, but only one Lombardi. Let's break down the Super Bowl. Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Can you believe the entire season has flown by? Regular season flew by, the playoffs flew by, we had the conference championships this weekend. We just got done watching the NFC matchup. That was a crazy game. That one went down to the wire. Just like the AFC Championship, we're down to our final two teams, the last two standing, the Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots. It's West Coast, East Coast, battling it out to see who's going to be hosting the Lombardi Trophy and who's going to be going home empty-handed. We're going to be breaking down this game. There's still 2 weeks left over till the game happens. It's never too early to start analyzing things, looking at the teams, who's going to win, who's going to lose, and we'll also try to predict the final score here, and we'll take a look at the early Vegas bets, the money line, the spread, the over-unders. A lot of these lines will change. There is 2 weeks for stuff to happen, injuries, guys to get healthy. The version of the teams we see right now might not actually be the roster that shows up in the Super Bowl. Hopefully everyone will be at full health because we just want to watch a good game. No matter what, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win this game? What do you think the final score is? Leave it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment down below, and let's jump right into it. So the second Sunday from now, February 8th, 6:30 p.m., Super Bowl Sunday. Everyone's going to have food, friends, family. You're going to have the time of your life. It's on NBC. The 14-3, the number 1 seed NFC champs, the Seattle Seahawks. It seems like basically once the playoffs started, they were destined to represent the NFC. The Rams gave them a fight. The game was within grasp of LA. Stafford leading his team down the field nonstop. Number 1 offense in the country going up against the number 1 defense, the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle would not budge whenever they needed a first down. How about Sam Darnold? What a season he had, but more importantly, what a playoffs he's had. A lot of turnover concerns this season. He's been playing smart, efficient, reliable football the entire playoffs. That's what they need. You only need one more game, Sam. Give your fan base one more game and you can be Super Bowl champs. Going up against the New England Patriots, also 14-3. The number 2 seed from the AFC. They came off of a snowy, brutal game versus the Denver Broncos. Denver, they didn't have Bo Nix, but they put up a fight coming in here with the number 3 overall defense. They were slugging it out, so many sacks. It was snowing. There was one point in the fourth quarter, I couldn't even see the ball, and they went for the missed field goal. I didn't even know what happened. The snow was so thick. It was windy. It was a crazy game. It came down to running the ball, converting short yardage situations, and defense. It was a defensive player's dream. A slug it out, old school, grimy line of scrimmage football game. New England came out on top. How about these teams? This is a rematch of Seattle versus New England. Don't forget the Russell Wilson interception. Seattle fans, you want revenge. Patriots, they want to get back to the mountaintop. Don't forget, this is the most storied NFL team of the last 2 decades. Obviously, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. This fan base, you guys have had it good for a very long time. I know. You had a couple rough seasons, 2 or 3 rough seasons, but now you're back on top with a whole new team, new coach. Vrabel, Bill Belichick guy takes over. You got Drake May, second-year quarterback. Looks like you have a strong foundation going forward. You got a bunch of Super Bowls with Tom Brady. Now's your chance to start a whole new dynasty. Fun things for the fans. On the other side, Seattle. They're wanting to get back to the mountaintop as well. They're still upset over losing that game. That interception, the Patriots, they want revenge. This is their chance to get it. It's not the same teams, but the fan bases, you guys have been there for a very long time. It's the Super Bowl. This is for everything. Do or die. Loser goes home empty-handed. The winner, Lombardi Trophy, you go down in history. Seattle heavy favorite here. 59.7% chance to win. New England 40.3% chance. The Seahawks 4.5-point favorites. 46.5 over-under. This is one of those games with there being a little bit under a 2-week layoff. The versions that we saw just play might not be the teams that show up in 2 weeks. with the break, it gives you a lot of time to break down film, break down teams, for some guys to get some players back, for some injuries to potentially pile up from practice. And sometimes if you are the hotter team with the momentum, you lose steam because you haven't played true football in 2 weeks. And sometimes if you're limping through the playoffs right now, this gives you some time to refocus things, get things back on track. The hotter team with the momentum, that's the Seahawks. The one looking to regain some momentum, that's the New England Patriots. Not the most confident game that they just played. A win's a win. You got to feel good about that. You're playing in the Super Bowl right now. But the offense hasn't necessarily played the best so far during the playoffs. You've won games. That's all that matters. Drake May, some turnovers. Think the Texans game. They created a lot of turnovers. They gave some turnovers back. They won the game handedly, but with 5 turnovers, they technically should have won by a lot more. And then you have the Broncos game. The Broncos came in there without Bo Nix. Some people had you winning by double digits. You squeaked by that game. But a win's a win. Now you got time to refocus, get things back on track. Young quarterback, he showed grimy times when the pass isn't there. He can beat teams with his legs, getting out of the pocket, scrambling for first downs. This is a multi-type of team. They can throw on you, they can run on you. They have a top 5 defense. Seattle has a top 5 defense also. They have a top 5 offense. This is 2 of the best teams in the NFL the entire season. So many people want to say, Patriots had a very easy record, and they kind of cruised to 14-3. Do you hear yourself? They are 14-3. You cannot scoff at that. This is NFL. This is professional football. Going 14-3 in any conference, in any division, you got to put some respect on that. But you got to put some respect on the Seahawks also. The number 1 seed, coming off of one of the more tougher gauntlets to get to this point and beating the Rams in a high-scoring game. They have the number 1 defense. They went toe-to-toe scoring-wise with the number 1 offense in the NFL. They came out on top. When they needed first downs, I appreciated the aggression from the offense, letting Sam Darnold sling it down the field. 3rd and long, they went for the jugular, throwing the ball, risking stopping the clock. They wanted the first down. They wanted to close the game out. They wanted the ball in their offense's hands, even though they have the number 1 defense. They don't care. They want to win on the field on both sides. Got to respect that. When you look at these 2 teams, Sam Darnold, awful career starting a career out. People cast him aside. Minnesota brought him back. Last season, he resurrected his career, carried that momentum into this season. If they win the Super Bowl, that would honestly be a really cool story for him, for his fans, for his family. 4,100 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Top 3 in interceptions in the NFL this season. But if you look at the playoffs, he's been on a completely different level. As long as he doesn't revert back to, 3 interceptions, Sam, he can beat anyone. He can play blow for blow with any quarterback in the NFL currently right now because he has an extremely hot hand in the playoffs. Charbonnet out. Kenneth Walker, he's completely picked up the slack. They had the best 1-2 running back combo in the country to me, in my personal opinion. But with Walker, they haven't missed a beat. He's been running tough, racking up 100-yard games. Jackson Smith-Njigba, you can't say too much about this guy. 1,800 yards, 119 receptions, 10 receiving touchdowns. They have that loaded defense. They're not the biggest defense. They are aggressive. They are fast. They are lanky. They get after it. They create havoc in the backfield. That front 7, what they do creating tackles for a loss, gotta love it. Secondary playing good. And looking at New England, Drake May, second-year quarterback. He's an MVP finalist, 4,400 yards, ran for 400 yards also. Beat the Broncos with his legs, 31 touchdowns. Only 8 interceptions. Trevion Henderson, almost 1,000 yards rushing. How about Diggs? The grimy veteran on 3rd and long situations. Got to look out for the veteran here. Over 1,000 yards, 85 receptions, 4 touchdowns. And when you're actually looking at the team stats, there's honestly not much that separates these 2 teams. They're practically identical. Both have top 5 offenses. Both have top 5 defenses, even though the Seahawks are a heavy fan vote favorite. That doesn't mean they're going to win these games. You got to put some respect on the Patriots. The stats are practically identical. The Seahawks, 28.4 points a game. That's top 5. Throwing for 228.1, running for 123.3, giving up 17.2 points a game. Number 1 overall defense in the NFL. They give up 193.9 through the year. Great secondary. 91.9 on the ground. Top 5 in rush defense. Quarterback's best friend is being able to consistently, reliably run the ball. If they take that away from Drake May, if they take his scrambling ability away from him, it puts the game on his shoulders throwing the ball. He's more than fine living like that, but it takes one of his primary weapons away from him. The Pats, these are great stats also. 28.8 points a game, top 5 offense, throwing for 250.5. That's top 3 passing team. Running for 128.9, very balanced offensive attack, giving up 18.8 points a game. It's not number 1, but it's top 5, so you can't complain about it. 193.5 through the air, good secondary. 101.7 on the ground, good front 7. These teams practically identical matchups, but like I said, when it comes to momentum, it's the Seahawks right now, but will they still be hot in 2 weeks? The Patriots, they don't have the momentum, but they're finding ways to win. The defense is getting them to victories. They're playing. If they can keep this game lower scoring, they can win this game. They can play special teams. They're physical. Vrabel's got this team on track. Drake May's playing good. He's playing smart. Seattle, if they lose that team, they don't want to be in a close game, but they are also built to get into a shootout. So is the Patriots. What's going to happen in this game? It's a very tough game to call for me. To me, the game's practically I pick and flip a coin. That's going to be the outcome, but I got to pick someone for this video. So the team that I have walking away with the Super Bowl victory, give me the Seattle Seahawks getting some revenge. It's not versus Brady and Belichick, but hey, it's still versus the Patriots. It is still versus Kraft. He's still there. I have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game 27-20. They walk away with the victory. They host the trophy. They're back on top, but the Pats, they're young. They got a long road ahead of them, and they could still have a dynasty. Guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. Who do you think wins this game? What's your personal score prediction? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. I cannot wait. The season has flown by. It's almost over. Sad to see, but it's been a good one.